So now let's do a little drive-through. Nate, first time here, the rookie stripes are on for you. So this is our drive-through, our rapid fire. It's a little bit quick hitters. So we're going to do season ratings because unfortunately there were 4 drivers who were eliminated following the Roval and will not go on to race their way to a championship. So the first one, we touched on it at the start of the show, but let's get into the 4 of Kevin Harvick. What would you rate his 2021 season?
I think I'd give him a B- maybe for 2021. I mean, doesn't have the victory, but didn't always have the fastest car, and I think the team did well to get into the round of 12. So definitely not a typical Kevin Harvick season, but I'd put him above average.
All right, and no retirement for the 4. So guess what? We get to see him in 2022. He can pick that up. Mamba, what's your season rating for Kevin Harvick?
I think I'm around that with what Nate is. Like B-, C+, a little better grade point average than what I had in high school. They didn't have the win. Like, they came off 9 wins. Like, it's hard to back that up, right? It's hard to back up that many wins and that successful of a season. But they weren't always fast, and they just kind of figured it out, and they went deep, and they had a shot to move on to the next round. So there's something to be said for that.
All right, next up, Nate, Christopher Bell in the 20 gets the win at the Daytona Road Course, which feels like 5 years ago. But he did lock himself into the playoffs really early and working with his new crew chief this season.
Yeah, I think that Christopher Bell had a decent first season, Alex. I think, most importantly, like you said, he got that win. He made it through a round of the playoffs. And, I mean, look who's he's teamed with at Joe Gibbs Racing. I mean, he's got 2 champions in Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch, and a guy who could win the championship this year in Denny Hamlin. So to come in there his first year and to show that I think he could run with that group, I think he had, on balance, a successful season.
Letter grade, C?
I would go B. B to B+.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, solid. Mamba, Christopher Bell.
I would give it a B+ to an A, honestly, because he won a race. He won a race, and it's so hard to do that. And you're racing up against the best guys in the country at this level. I got to give him a B+ to an A. He made rounds. And now next year we'll see if he can make the next step and win multiple races or not. But he won a race. He made rounds. Give it to him.
Yeah, got a trophy this year, so it's a successful year for that team. All right, the next one that I want to talk about, multiple win season. I know when I spoke to him on Media Day that he talked about the consistency not necessarily being there. So let's look at the 48 of Alex Bowman, Nate.
I don't want to see he had an average season. I'd probably have to give him at least a B+ for 3 wins. But at the same time, I mean, you look at not making the round of 8 despite all that. And like you said, lacking that consistency for whatever reason. I think there are definitely some questions there to be answered heading into 2022 for Alex Bowman and Greg Ives.
A lot of 3.0 GPAs in the house here. Mamba, what about the 48?
They were fast at times. They put themselves in position to win, and that's very important because they did do that multiple times. Not that many guys did that. It's got to be at least a B, but on the standpoint of where they want to be and where they want to get to, if they made this round, I would call it an A because I would have said they grinded their way through it, and that earned them an A letter grade. I know that they want to be there, so it's got to be a B. I can't give them much more than that. They had a great year. Don't get me wrong. But to get that A, I need you in the last round there.
All right, and last up is the number 24 of William Byron. At one point in the Roval, it looked like we may get a William Byron just knock-off win again to get to the round of 8. But talk about Mr. Consistency. He started the season out so strong and then kind of struggled towards the end of the playoffs. So, Nate, what would you give the 24 of William Byron?
Yeah, I'd say B-, Alex. I mean, they did have that win early in the season, Homestead, and, Rudy Fugle came in, I think, as a crew chief in the Cup Series for the first time, did very, very well. Obviously, him and William Byron have a great working relationship, but and they did really well to advance out of the first round with that top 5 at Bristol that was very much under pressure, and they delivered. But yeah, there's this. I think that William Byron might look back at the Roval race and think that he might have approached it differently in later years, because I think he was just pressing just a little bit too much, and I think that was sort of indicative of his season.
Mamba, 24.
24. I'm actually, for them, I'm actually going to give them an A- because they grinded it out. Like I was just talking about with Bowman, they did grind it out. They were really good and showed a lot of speed and had so many things happen to them throughout the year. And Rudy came on as the first time crew chief and Cup for him. new change for William. And William answered the bell at Bristol. And honestly, he answered the bell this weekend at the Roval. I was sitting with Max Pappas, Williams' driver coach on road course for the first 2 stages, and they were making moves and doing what they needed to do. The 8 got into the back of him, getting into that chicane down the back, and like you would have thought it was over. And it still wasn't over. He drove all the way back up there and had an opportunity to be there. And I just think that if that doesn't happen and he doesn't have to use his stuff up getting back up through, I think William Byron wins that race. And I think he's in the next round. So I'm going to give Willie B an A-.